Some winters last longer than others. In Starkfield, winter never truly left. The snow weighed down the houses, the roads, even the hearts. Ethan Frome had once been young, filled with small hopes and quiet dreams. But the years buried him beneath silence and duty until only a shadow of the man remained. This is the story of how he lost everything and ended it all. He married Zena after his mother died, believing that loneliness was the worst fate a man could face. At first, she spoke little. Over time, even less, only sharp words and colder glances. With no charm, no happiness, no love. Their house grew silent, a silence heavy as the falling snow. Zena wore her illnesses like medals, each day discovering new complaints, new bitterness. Ethan bore it all, worked the barren land, chopped endless wood, lived a life drained of joy. And still, he stayed. Because in Starkfield, leaving was harder than dying. Then one day, Maddie came. Zena's cousin's sister, young, delicate, and full of laughter that danced through their frozen rooms. She had no one left after her mother died. She brought only a suitcase, two small hands, and a heart still brave enough to hope. She cared for Zena with quiet patience, prepared their meager meals, kept the fire alive, and somehow managed the house that had long turned cold. Ethan watched her, the way she moved like a bird uncaged, lighting up each space she entered. And something long buried stirred in him. With Maddie near, the cold seemed to lift, just enough to remember what warmth once felt like. They never spoke of it. Their love lived in fleeting moments. A hand brushing against another in the kitchen, a glance across the dinner table. Ethan lived for the quiet walks home from church, their footsteps side by side in the snow. Her laughter filled the hollow parts of him, and he dared to think. Perhaps life might still offer something more. But happiness in Starkfield was fragile as glass, and winter always returned. Zena noticed the change in Ethan, though he barely understood it himself. She decided, with that cold certainty of hers, that Maddie must leave. She found her sickness unbearable enough, but his fleeting happiness, that she could not abide. Ethan begged, pleaded, and for once, Zena paused. She agreed. Maddie could stay. Just one more day. That night, as Maddie unpacked the bag she had once packed with tears, Ethan realized even one more day could hold a lifetime of meaning. The next morning, they found a day for themselves. Far from the house, deep in a frozen valley, Ethan and Maddie spent some hours together, no longer hiding, no longer pretending. They spoke little. Words were too small for all they carried. Love, sorrow, fragile hope. Her smile trembled. Ethan's hand shook as he touched hers. In that endless white world, for a few precious hours, they forgot the fate that waited for them. Before the first light of dawn, they made their choice. Ethan hitched the horse to the old cart. Maddie sat beside him, eyes full of fear and faith. The snow whispered under the wheels as they slipped away into the dark. But fate had other plans. The horse, once so loyal, turned wild, crazed, as if demons pulled at its reins. The world tilted, snow, sky, earth, all spinning as the cart broke free. They fell. Down the steep, icy slope, a scream, a crash, and then silence. When Ethan opened his eyes, the world was broken. And Maddie was gone forever. Ethan lived, crippled, shattered, but alive. Zena took him back into her house, not out of love, but perhaps out of duty and triumph. He spent his days trapped in the bed where once Maddie had laughed. He spent his nights caged inside his own broken body. Zena's voice grew sharper, her hands rougher. Winter pressed into his bones. Grief rotted the air he breathed. Each day he prayed for silence, for sleep. But even death turned its face from him. 15 years passed. Ethan, still broken, sat in silence. Zena, still bitter, watched him with the same cold eyes. Then, one night, as the wind howled outside, she stepped close. Her voice was quiet, her smile cruel. She told him what she had done, told him how she had overheard his whispered plans of escape with Maddie, told him how she poisoned the horse, hoping both would die. But when only Maddie's soul broke free, and leaving Ethan behind to rot, Zena said she found the outcome even sweeter. And Ethan, he wept. He wept for Maddie, for all he had lost, and for the silence that no longer felt empty, but full of pain.
The house stood silent. Inside, Ethan and Zena lived, but not as people truly alive. Ethan, broken. Zena, hollowed by hatred. That night, he ended it all. Ethan set fire to the home that had long felt like a grave. The flames rose, slow at first, then hungry. No screams, no struggle, only the soft crackling of wood and then nothing. When the fire died, so did the story of Ethan Frome. In Starkfield, winter never truly left, but that night something colder finally came to rest.